Let me see.
And a 6x10.
Oh.
I'm not sure we're live, but if we are, good morning.
Patrick says we're live.
Oh, we are live. Yay.
6x10.
Perfect.
Can you get this one working? I don't know why it's not. Is that cord plugged in, Karen? This one?
Yeah, it's charging.
What is it?
Oh, it's...
We are getting all set up here so I could see your comments.
I just didn't. Can you get it on?
You just had the power cycle, you know.
Oh my God.
How to know it was violets.
Yes.
Can
Okay, you do
take
this
it
part.
Oh, you don't want to take it from here?
No.
Oops. There we go.
You can get started all,
Oh, okay. Okay, I'm going to assume you guys can hear and see me. And welcome to another sew along. With A1. We're working on getting your comments. I can't see anything just yet. There we go. We're going to be working on Janine Babich. God Bless America. Tri-stand. This one right here.
oh man.
Hope everybody's doing well. Hope everybody had a good Mother's Day. Looking forward to Memorial Weekend. I guess it's like officially kind of started for most people, right?
Has it?
Yeah, they usually start on Friday. I know this is when you... Well, when I worked, I would take Friday off. I would take Friday off and have a Monday and have a 4-day weekend. That always made sense. I'm just setting up the machine over here for embroidery. I know last time we did one of these, I did all three in the 9x14 hoop, 9.5x14 hoop. Today I'm going to do 3 different hoopings in the 6x10.
We're all set.
Oh, perfect. Thank you. Hello, good morning. Hello, Roxanne. Hello, Wanda. Dawn. I could see everybody. Lila. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you, Dawn. I'm glad. I can hear and see. It's always the big question. Yeah, we're gonna do it 3 different hoopings. You know, I think I found that you don't save a whole lot of time by doing it in all 3 at once in the big hoop, because you're having to tape them down and get them all situated in there so they don't overlap and do all that. And you know, by the time you're doing that, it's pretty much the same thing. What is nice about doing all 3 is just the convenience of not having to rehoop, which You know, sometimes that can be the challenging part for some of us. So let's see, let's make sure. Okay. So this is what we're making. Another beautiful design from Janine. Here are my pieces. We're going to be getting some of these ready. I didn't prep as much as I usually do, so you'll see some of the prep. I'm gonna iron that real quick. Let's get the kink out of that. There we go. All right, so let's hoop. How's everybody doing? Good afternoon, Linda. Everybody ready for the big weekend? Got your hot dogs and your hamburger and everybody coming over for some fun in the sun. I know the weather is perfect here for it. We are having absolute perfect weather. Okay. Then what I like to do is just cut some of this off because getting in the way. As I'm hooping and unhooping, you know. It's just something I like to do. There we go. All right, so I'm gonna put this on the machine. And we're gonna need one of these and one of these. Here are the colors that I chose to use on the one I made. We got a red here somewhere. Here we go. So these are just, this is Glide. This stuff from my sewing room, graphite, which is kind of a pale blue. And let's see, I can show you on one of these. I'll take one of these off and show you. So I used that here. And it's just kind of a light blue, kind of grayish blue. And then the red I'm using is Glide. It's called Wildflower. And I've used that throughout, same red everywhere that red is called for. The blue is an Exquisite 806. It's just a nice dark blue. It's a little darker than the glitter. It's not iron on. What is it? It's just like glitter material. But I think it looks nice. Looks good. So that I used for the quilting in the background, and then this little strip here. And then I used, of course, I have some gold in there, MG3 King Star. I did change the needle, so I got a brand new needle. Hopefully I don't have a problem. And then just white for America. And this gray I used, but I used it on the flagpole. It's just a little bit, so those are the colors. So the first color I'm going to put in, I think, is going to be the dark blue, because that's going to be the first color I'm going to use. Oh, use this here. I want my thread stand, so I'm going to go, I see one over there, and I'm going to go grab it real quick, because I prefer the stand over. Yeah, here we go. I prefer the stand up, the stand. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll show you. This little stand here, I prefer that other than using that horizontal I like these better. So that's what I'm going to use. I'm just going to throw that on here. Okay. All right. Just going to thread up the blue real quick. Good morning, NorCal Quilter. Okay. New needle, new bobbin, just a regular pre-wound white. I will be using a red bobbin when I do the red, just because, you know, it's a satin stitch and it's kind of thick, and I really want, it's good to see you too. Move this up, just there we go. Yeah, I like the thread stand so much better. I think it just gives it more time for the thread to relax, and I don't know. It's just in my head, it's better. not that I'm any kind of expert. I also use something different I do as far as threading is I use, and I'll try and bring a camera over here. I use, I'll show you. It was something when I bought my machine, the gal told me, let's see if I can't, yeah. Let me switch the camera to that. I'm holding it, so it's going to be wobbly. But when I thread it, I put it in here. I put it in there every time. I know they say, you know, those instructions and say that's for winding the bobbin. You do it here, here, and then you go over here to the bobbin, you know. But I use that, and then I just do regular threading. And I think it just gives it a little extra, you know what I mean. I can't find my words this morning. Just something else to go through to keep the thread a little more stable. So that's what I do, and I've never, you know, I think it's worth it to use that little, just one more little avenue for it to not kink up. You know what I mean? Okay, so we've got that ready. You know what else I need? I told you I'm really unprepared, so I need to put my USB in. I'm going to do that. USB right here. Oh, sorry about that. Did I move that camera? Oh no, that camera's not on. That's good. Would have had a little shot of my backside. Wouldn't have been fun for anybody. Okay. All right, so I've got this, and threaded up. Okay, I'm on the embroidery machine. Let's go here. I'll switch this camera. Do you do it too, Linda? Yeah. The gal told me, and I'm like, well, it makes sense. And then I watched, you know, Baby Lock has some little, if you subscribe to them on YouTube, they have some videos with the guy that works on the machines. I can't remember his name, but he does little videos on how to clean your machine and, you know, just general maintenance and stuff. And one of his videos, he talked about putting the thread through that little dealio thing. I don't know what you would call it, but putting it through there. He said that was a good idea. So, and he works for Baby Lock. So, okay, we're going to go to embroidery. And we're going to go to the pocket. And we're going to go to USB. And the first one we're going to do is the star. And we're going to set. I'll change my hoop. Oh, here. Change my hoop to a 6 by 10. We're at 800. The foot's down. That's all good. I like to check on that. You know, you never know who or why they were using the machine before. So And then we do embroidery and we're good to go. So our first stitch is, let me move the camera because we're fancy now. The first stitch we're going to do is the placement line. Put down, and here we go. Okay, let's get our iron a little warmed up here. We're going to go over to the ironing spot here. I'm going to move this, get this out of the way, switch the camera. Here. Was I on the machine? Yeah, I was. Okay, we're good. Okay, I'm still getting used to the, all right, so you have your little piece of the fleece here. There's a bumpy side and a smooth side. You're going to want the bumpy side up. I know that sounds backwards. Normally I would spritz that with a little bit of spray adhesive, but that's out of reach right now, so. And that's just kind of a convenience. You don't really need it. So we're going to put that within the square that we just stitched out. You see okay? Yeah. There we go. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and put one of your 5x9 panels on top. I think I cut mine a little bigger, but 5x9 is big enough. And this is when the spray adhesive comes in because the material really wants to grab it and move it. And we want to stay in that square as much as we can. Up a little bit. Just kind of get it even all the way around. But it doesn't have to be exact. You just don't want to be way out of whack. So now we're going to take our iron and we're going to just set it on top and just adhere the material to the fleece. Don't move it around. If you need to, get a corner or two, just pick it up, put it down, pick it up, put it down, pick it up. Because it will move underneath there. Okay, just check, make sure we're still within the square, and we are. So we'll go back to the machine carefully without moving it. I will switch the camera. Now it's going to do the tack down and it's going to do the quilting all in the same go. So make sure you have your color of thread that you want for the quilting in at this point. And there we go. So while that is stitching, I'm going to work on a little bit of prep over here. And I'll show you what I'm doing. Block the troll. Oh, is there a troll? I don't know if I know how to do that. Oh yeah, I see him. Chuck. I don't know how to do that. Good morning, well probably good afternoon, Cindy. Well, oh, I'm using a 6x10 hoop. I'm going to do the 3 separate hoopings. So this is 6x10. I think this is the smallest hoop you need to do this. or the biggest too. I mean, this is like, you would need a machine that would, I don't think you could do it at 5x7. Is that what I'm trying to say? I think so. Spit it out, right? I don't think, yeah, because it's 5x9. The material is 5x9, so it's, it would have to be a 6x10. I was saying that I did the 9.5x14 and I did all three at once the last time, so I thought this time I would just do it as if you didn't have a 9.5x14 or didn't want to use it. So I'll show you what I'm doing over here real quick. I'm going to grab some, I saw Steamacine. Because 3 of these, you need to put a little hem on one edge. So you have 6. So we'll just set 3 aside here. We'll get our Steamacine. This stuff is awesome. Gotta have some out of the package though. Let's see. Yeah, got some here. This is like, if you don't have any in your room, you need to get some. It's one of those things that can save you so much trouble. Okay, we're on our first color change. Should stay down. What's next? Oh, okay, gold. We're going to do gold. I'm going to leave my white bobbin in, and I'm going to use on my King Star. And I'm going to change this real quick. Go. Pretty gold out. This was the gold I have. I don't have like the antique gold, which I think would be really pretty on this too. I might have to pick some up today, just so I have it on hand. You know, these are the spools that you buy one at a time. They're kind of expensive, but I try to pick one up every now and again. Okay, so it's gonna do, let me change the camera. It's gonna do the little satin stitch that's the frame around the whole design here. Real pretty. Real pretty. Let's see how our gold does in here. New needle. Hopefully I don't have any issues. You right click on the chat and choose block. I wonder if I can do that. Do you think I can do that? I don't think I can because this is just like if I was watching it at home. I'm not on like the official. Let me see. If he says something else, I will. Yeah, see, if I right click on him, I don't have an option to block because I'm just like you guys, I'm just a viewer on this computer. If he says something else, I'll call for help. Okay, back to our prep. Looks like our gold's going to work out really well here. Okay, so I'm going to take the Steamacine. And we'll get some little scissors here. And you just kind of get it hot, let it cool down. These are 5x5, so it doesn't matter what side. And for me, this is just easier. I don't have to fiddle with it when it's in the machine as far as it flipping up or not laying down, not cooperating. And it's just an easy thing to do. I use this stuff like crazy. We'll use it to close up the backs too. Okay, let's do the first one we did. And you just peel off this paper and the glue should stay on there. And then I'm just going to fold it down. It says 1/2 inch. I'm just going to kind of eyeball it. But wherever I put it, it's going to stay. You can even wash this stuff. You can put this stuff in the washer. There you go. Yeah, I'm not on anyone's account. I'm just on YouTube on this computer. Yeah, you have to be like making a noise. I think it's okay though. You have to be on their official account, I think, to do that. Or make me a moderator or whatever it is. We should have one, huh? I think that's my first troll. That's my first one. They found me. Oh my gosh. Well, at least it wasn't a vulgar one, you know. Sometimes that happens. People, right? Oh, we just need a life. Okay. Okay, those are all 3 done. We're done with our steam seam for now. So we have 3 5x5s that are 1/2 of our back, and then we have 3 more, I hope. Let's see, where's my, oh come on, I know I cut, oh yeah, here it is. So I have 3 more that are the other half. Just make sure everything's ironed nice. And those will be our back pieces. That prep is done. I'll just, now normally before I cut, I will spray starch on these, but I do it before I cut the size that I need, because any kind of moisture will make it shrink a little bit, and I don't want it to do that. Here's the kit. If you bought it from A1, this is what you would get. You get enough to make 2. This is for your little tabs. This one here. We get a lot of that, huh? You won't use a fraction of that. That's nice. You'll have that left over. These are going to be for the hanging tabs. It's just I guess it's a 2.5. All right, time for a color change. What's next? Our stars are next. And in the stars, I put in this pretty red. Wildflower? Wildflower, yeah. Boy, that looks orange on the camera, but this is very, very red. It's kind of a grungy red, but it's red. All right, let's turn it over. Look at our pretty gold. Look at that. Worked out fine. Put our red in. Now, this is when I'm going to change the bobbin. Just because if I get any kind of little white specks, it's when I use red. I don't know why. On my machine at home. So I just got in the habit of using a red bobbin. This is a pre-wound also, so I didn't have to wind this or anything. I have this in the pre-wounds, and they do sell them here. They have black and red, and I think she's got like a multicolor one where there's like green and all kinds of colors. But black and red I usually keep on hand. And of course white. Let's thread up our red. Yes, do the thumbs up. It helps A1's channel out. Gets us the YouTube algorithm and the AI and all that stuff. They love it. It's appeased the YouTube overlords. Okay, let's do our stars. And you know these king stars, they don't have, you know, somewhere to put the thread and keep it from unwinding. So I bought these on Amazon. They're just little thread holder things, but they work perfect for these because you just put it over the end and they stagnate. I throw these in a basket and they don't come unwound or anything. It's really, really nice. Let's see, we could do some more prep. I think I'm just going to cut this with scissors. Camera over. So I'm just going to cut this about 2.5. It doesn't really matter. Doesn't matter if it's straight. Doesn't matter if it's. I'm going to iron it out though. So when I cut these out, I cut them 2.5 by 2.5. And then I'm gonna use the steam seam again. You could sew them, you know, maybe use a contrasting thread or something and make it look cute. Just maybe a white thread, that would be pretty. With a longer stitch length. I'm gonna put one on either side. That's one thing you have to do with this steam seam. You got to kind of manage it. It can get unmanageable really fast. So, yeah. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this off. All right, got rid of that mess. Now you can use ribbon. I used ribbon on this one. I had some ribbon that I liked in my stash. But normally when I'm doing these, I can't find like exactly what I want, so I just use some of the matching material. Okay, well, we're zipping through this. What's next? White. We are going to do God, and we're doing the lettering in white. Okay. Throw our white in here. All right. Oh, you know what? I still have my red bobbin in, don't I? Yeah. Let's switch to white again. Who was yelling at me? Did anybody notice? I'm looking forward to meeting everybody at the quilt show also. I'm going to go back and I can show you how I do that. Just in case we have some new people. Let's do this. Okay, so we're here normally. This is where we are under this little screen here. I'm going to push this plus minus button down here. That gives me the options. I can go back one stitch or forward one stitch at a time all the way to 1,000. I can go back to stitch 0. But because I just want to start over on this color stop, this always confused me. Like up is going back and down is going forward in the stitch sequence. So, and I'll show you why, but so we want to go up. That takes us back to the beginning. And it kind of goes here. So if I'm here and I want to go back, it's up. But if I want to go forward, it's down. So that's how I kind of remember in my mind, because I'm easily confused. I don't know about you guys, but I'm easily confused. So I have to do these little things in my mind. Okay, so we have white bobbin in, we got white thread. We should be good to go. Okay. Looks like it's gonna go smoothly, so let's go back over here to our prep. So I have these two here on my little hanger, and you know this piece is a little bigger than we need, but we cut most of it off anyway. So I don't do the whole, I just kind of fold it in a little bit. I like mine to be a little wider. Do it like this. That's pretty wide. So take the paper off. How wide our hanger is going to be. You could actually, if you didn't want it to be that wide, you can go one more time. Like that. Like what I should do is I should measure when I'm cutting these, right? So they're all uniform. We don't want it to look wonky. I have a little. Even though I don't have a cutting space right here, I can still do this. So let's see, this is actually a little more more than 2.5. So I think I'm going to cut it at 2. You would, use your rotary and do it right. So I think I'm going to do 2 by 2. I think I'm going to like that. This is very, because that was too wide for me. I didn't like that one. So it gives you plenty of this red. So I'm going like here and like here. Yeah, and that's a nice width. I think that's nice. Okay. Focus in. Listen again. Okay. That's better. Ooh, that's hot. Then we'll fold it down. Won't stay, but there we go. We make 6 of those. Another color stop. Okay, so we're doing land, which we're using this pretty blue, pretty light blue. I'm going to leave the white bobbin in. Okay. Okay, and it's also going to do our placement line for our star in the middle. Oh, I didn't have you on the machine. I am. That's what I'm doing, Lady Fair. I'm making the hanging tabs right now. And I'm making them out of just some material. I'm not using ribbon. I'll make another one. So I just want it to be like 2 by 2. It should gave you was about 2.5 strip here. That's a little big for me. And I'm not cutting this perfectly square. You're going to want to get out your rotary cutter and do it right. And then I'm going to put some steam machine. On each end. Do I want to do this end? Yeah. It should be about 2.5 by 2.5, so it shouldn't matter which way it's oriented here. Give that a little heat, just a second, and it'll stay. Okay. Peel this off. And on the shot here. And I'm just folding it to the center. And that steam machine will hold it down. Okay. Now we have 2 for this one. Oh, I didn't do too bad. I think they're pretty darn even. Excellent. Okay. Not bad for eyeball. Okay, so now we're going to get out our sparkly. Now you want to take off this cover sheet. If you can. There we go. Okay. I'm just going to take it off the whole thing. It doesn't. So now you have this, and it doesn't get all over the place, which is nice. Let's go back to the machine, and I'm just gonna cover the star with the white, and I'm gonna leave this color in because it's light enough to wear the satin stitch, which is gold. It's gonna hide it all. So just so I don't have to change the thread. The least amount of times I can change thread, the happier I am. I probably need a multi-needle, right? Someday. It also gives a placement line for the blue there in the corner. We're going to cut this out. I could do it just right here. Okay. There we go. So now it's going to do the tack down for the blue. So let's get our blue ready. Again, we're going to take off this carrier sheet here. go. Okay. And we're just going to cover that spot in the corner there. Leave that same color. I'm still using that light blue. Okay. Cut my thread there. Okay, cut around that. What's everybody working on? Is anybody working on anything today? There we go. Got our blue down. What's next? Red stripes. So we're going to change our bobbin again. And we're going to put the red in. I hope I have enough red. Might have to go get another red bobbin. Okay. Change our red thread to the wildflower. We're still using the wildflower. All the reds are the same. It's going to do little stripes. I was thinking the star and the flag and the heart. You could probably make patches. Those would make really cute little patches. I might try to do that. Hi, Karen. Yes, this is going to go up on YouTube, and it'll be there forever. On the A1 channel, right here where you found us. So yes, you can watch the replay. So I think next are the little stars in the corner on the blue. And we're just going to use good old white for that. I like the stars that they're not actual stars, they're like little asterisks because they're so tiny. I like that because when they try to make tiny stars with the little points, they just get really distorted. They just look like blobs, but these are really cute on this design. I made a good choice. I'll show you. You can see I didn't there are some jump stitches you got to take care of there. But yeah, the little stars are cute. Just like little asterisks. They're cute. I think they're cute. Oh no, it's not next. What's next is our little satin stitch that goes around our star, our corner, our blue. We need our blue. So I can change my bobbin. Change it back to white. I know it's an extra step, but I think it's a small price to pay to not have those little white dots that I seem to only get on my machine with red. Sometimes black. If it's like a really dense like black color on there, then I'll change the bobbin to black. The gold star that I'm using is MG3. It's the really bright gold, you can see. There's an antique gold that would look really nice also. I'm thinking about picking that up. But I like this one. It's very shiny. I'm going to put it around the star too. Yeah. Gotta love the gold star. I guess they came out with a new color. It's called, oh, we couldn't really see that. Oh, let me see. I wanted to put it in the light and show you the shiny. You can see that. Isn't that pretty? Yeah. But they came out with a new color. I just saw on YouTube. Did you guys see that? It's like a champagne. It's like a real pale, pale, pale gold. It's very pretty. Very pretty. I like all things shiny. Okay, white. So the white bobbin in. We're going to do the little. Now we're going to do the little stars. Yeah, they call it champagne. It's very pretty. Very pretty. I'm going to ask Janine if she's going to get some. Because of course I have to have it. I might need it. We're going to need some tape really soon, so let me get some tape down where I can reach it. I'm sure I have some back here. Just with some paper tape. But I think she has this transport, so I'm going to use that, I guess. Which is fine. Oh yeah, we're going to need some tape soon. We put the backing on. Gold is next, I believe. I'm going to do the little satin stitch around the star. These go pretty fast. Yep, we're doing the satin around put the gold in, leave the white bobbin in. There we go. My tweezers, I like to there. After this, we're going to put the back on. So grab your two back pieces, one with a hem, one without, and your two little hangers. We need those two. it tells you in the directions where to place the hangers. Yes. It's detailed in there because you want them to be even as possible. It'll be wonky in the stand. That sounded bad. Okay, I think I came unthreaded. Right at the very end. I'm going to go back about 20 stitches. Do the plus minus and then minus 10. Well, let's not do, let's do 10. Okay, just doing the little bean stitch. Okay. Now we will go over to the ironing station. We'll do a little prep for this last stitch around. This last stitch around is it's going to hold everything down. Okay, so I have some tape. I have my 2 tabs. I have my 2 pieces of back. One of them has the steam seam and one does not. Okay. You're going to want to lay this one down first. Whichever one you lay down first is the one that's on the outside when you flip it. So, and it says about 1/4 of a seam, 1/4 of an inch away from our tack down line here. So I think that's about right there. And then the same here. And then that way they overlap a good inch or so. Okay. Oh, you know what we need to do first is our tabs. Sorry. Okay, so this is how I do the tabs. I want you to follow this, and I know you can't see it, but it's that tack down line. Let me make sure you guys can see. Let me see. I think I can do. No, I can't. Okay. Well, you know the tack down line that went all the way around before. All the way around. So you're going to want to start from that. Then you're going to want to, I have a little ruler here, and you're going to want to line it up with the edge of your frame and at the top of that, or just right on that line, that outside line. And they want you to put your fold is going to go on toward the design, and it needs to be 3/8 of an inch. So you find the 3/8, line it up with the edge. 3/8 from that top line, that tack down line. And that's good. Oh, I should have got some tape ready. Bugger. Okay, let me get some tape ready. I'm used to having my dispenser. Okay, and get 2 pieces ready. Okay, so we'll do that again. So I'm going to line my ruler up with that, right on that line and right with the edge of this frame. I'm going to take my folded end, and I'm going to put it right on the 3/8 line, and I'm going to put some tape down. Okay, and we're going to do that on the other side. I'm going to line up with that, the edge here on this side, and that top stitch around. Take my folded edge, and I'm going to put it right on 3/8, and I'm going to tape it down. Okay. All right, now we can put our back pieces on. This one goes on first, 1/4 of an inch away from that line. Center it up. Same here. Okay, got some. We're about an inch overlap there. And let's get our tape. And we're going to want to tape right here so our presser foot doesn't get caught on both sides. And then I'm going to just take some tape. I'm just going to do the corners just to keep it. There we go. I feel good about that. We're going to want to watch the foot going over these tabs, okay? The last step, I'm going to change my color to the blue I've been using, the darker blue. Okay, let me get my darker blue here. This is the blue I'm going to be using. Take out the gold. Oh, I need to move you over to the machine. Why doesn't it just do that automatically? It should know I'm thinking. It should know what I'm thinking, right? It's AI when you need it. Okay. All right. So it's going to go up and then over this way first. So I'm going to keep a close eye on it. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop and then go slow. Well, I guess I'm not. It'll be okay. It was okay. We did it. It does not go around twice. Go to here. Go. And there we go. Our first one's done. Ta-da! Let's take our tape off. All right. Take it out of the hoop. Let's go back over here. Change the view. Now I'm going to set this aside and we'll work on that while the other one is stitching. So, but I'm going to get this one going. Oh. Oh. Okay. I'm going to get this one going. Find my I'm using no mesh, by the way. Hello, Annette. I'm glad you're here. So we're just going to get this one started before we finish up on the one we just did. Multitasking. Multitasking. Okay, now again, I like to, where are my scissors? Over here. I like to cut away this excess so it's just not in my way. Cutaway poly mesh is what I'm using in here. OESD. Okay, let's get that on the machine and load up our next design. We'll bring this camera over. Do that. Okay, we're going to say, okay, we're done. And then we're going to push the home button. And it once says, do you want to cancel it? Yes, I do. I'm not doing that one anymore. To go back into embroidery, go to the pocket, go to the USB, and I'm going to go to number 2. And I'm going to say set and embroidery. Okay, we are good to go. I'm going to start with blue again, and blue is in there. So that's convenient. Okay. And we're going to do our placement. Heat up your iron. Okay, we're going to go back to the ironing. Again, I would spray this. I would spray the soft part. We want the glue side up. I would spray this just to make it a little easier. I don't have any spray with me right now, but if I did, I would use it for sure. Makes it easier. You see, okay, yeah. Okay, so again, the bumpy side, the glue side is up. I'm going to take one of our 5x9 pieces, and we're going to just try and get it over here as evenly as we can without moving the little crickets. Let's get it on there. Okay, pretty good, pretty good. It's okay. This is probably the hardest part if you don't spray it or use some sort of adhesive, just to keep it in line. Now we're going to take our iron, and again, we're just going to set it down. We're not going to move it around. Don't move it around. You'll move it out of that square. And, you know, just a little tack down. But lift up, set down, lift up, set down. And then we just peek again. I'm a little off. Okay. That looks pretty good. Okay. Over to the machine, we have our blue thread in, and it's going to tack this down and do the quilting at the same time. So make sure you have the color you want for your quilting in. Oh, let's go back to the machine. Okay. All right. So let's do the one we just finished. Let's work on that a little bit. First thing I want to do is get rid of this excess. I have a piece of tape here. Got some tape here on my tabs I need to take off. Okay. Now the tape's gone. So I want to get rid of this stabilizer as much as I can. Trimmer by George would be really awesome. I think that's my next purchase. They're kind of expensive. Does anybody here have those? I bet they're awesome. But what it does is it holds this back. It holds, so you would put it here and it would hold this back, and then you would just be able to cut right along there without cutting your material. They look fantastic. But, I mean, this works too. Okay. Got rid of that. Iron is hot. We need another piece because we cut 6 of these, right? Each panel. And we're going to cover this up with another one. Now this can be a little tricky, like sometimes it doesn't want to stick because it's kind of bumpy. So we're putting the adhesive side down. The soft side is up. You don't want to put the adhesive up and get all over your iron. I'm going to do the middle. And again, I'm not going to move it around. I'm just going to hold it there. Now, I didn't read the directions for this. I mean, steam may make a difference. I don't know if it will help or not. Okay, we got a color change here. I'm going to let that cool before I do anything with it. Let all that glue cool. And we're going to use gold. Go back to the machine. Gold, we're going to do our little frame around the whole design. Our gold. MG3 star. Okay, let's watch it for a minute, make sure it's not gonna go haywire on us. Okay, I think it's gonna be all right. Safe to turn my back, maybe. Let's go back over here. I think that's cool enough now, and we can turn it right side out. But first, I'm going to use pinking shears. And I'm just going to, on this side, because I don't want to cut through these lines, I'm just going to make sure, yeah, you guys can see. Go a scant 1/4 of an inch, which means a little bit less than a 1/4 of an inch all the way around. I think that's safe because, you know, how often really are you going to wash these? Uh-oh. That was not a happy sound. Let's go back over here. I guess I came unthreaded. Alright. You know, I could just slow it down a little bit more, maybe. It's at 800. I'll go to 7. We'll see if that makes a difference. When in doubt, slow it down, right? Watch it for a second. I'm watching it up above here. Everything looks like it's flowing okay right now. Okay. Let's work on this a little bit. We are kind of cutting close to the corners, but not into my stitches. Here's where my tabs are. It's a little tougher to get through there. Let's cut that corner. I like to pink the edges just so it doesn't like fray on the inside a whole lot. I don't know. Little added extra, you know. Plus you spend a lot of money on pinking shears. Let's use them, right? Okay. So there is, now we're ready to turn this out. Okay, get my little clover point turner. Okay, so sometimes this comes undone, but if you let it cool, I think that makes it a little more manageable. If the glue is still warm, then it might come up. But if it does, it's not that big of a deal. Just push it in there. There are little tabs. Uh-oh. Let's see what I got here. I don't like that. Oh, you know what? It makes that weird noise right there around that corner. It's not the thread, it's the actual arm. Should clear up. There we go. Okay. So here we go. We got that one out. Take our little turner. Get our corners as well as we can without poking through. Then we're going to do this one. Now, we got to remember we've got some vinyl on here, so we have to be careful when we're ironing. We want to iron it, but if you're going to get a cloth, get something to protect that. I got some jump stitches. I'll get those later. I'm going to iron from this side. push it down in there and iron. Ooh, hot. You know, some people say, oh, cordless irons, they don't get hot enough. This one gets hot. Like you can't touch it hot. You cannot touch it after you iron something right away. That's how hot it is. It's hot. This is a really good cordless iron. It's the Panasonic. Okay, so now if you want to close that up, you could hand stitch. Nobody likes that. So what I do is I just take a piece of my steam seam. Can you guys see what I'm doing? I'm kind of shoving it up in this little area right here. And it's sticky, so, and then I'm going to cut it. Okay. I have it on the inside in there. But where I want, I'm just going to get it hot. Okay. Doesn't take much. Let that cool a little bit so I can touch it. Peel off the paper. The glue, oh, the glue will stay, hopefully. Let us do that one more time. Get in there and do it. Oh, color change. What are we at? Stars. We need the red. We're going to do our red. Let's go over here. I have my scissors. Change to the red. We need the red bobbin. Let's change the bobbin real quick. Okay. Bobbin changed. We're doing the stars on the top and on the bottom. There we go. Now let's just see what happens. Okay. Watch it for a second, make sure it's okay. It doesn't stay hot long. You have the trimmer by choice? Yeah. I think that's my next investment, Barbara, for sure. I need those. I say it every time I do a Kimberbell or any time I have to trim away the stabilizer. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get those. But it doesn't stay hot long. You mean it shuts off? I think the newer ones stay on longer. Annette, I think they stay on longer, the newer ones. I have an older one too, and it shuts off after like 10 minutes. That's why I'm always saying, heat up your iron, heat up your iron. Okay, let's go back over here. See if we can't get this tape off with the glue still in it. The glue is still on there. Okay, so when you're doing this, it's really permanent, so let's make sure that we have it nice and smooth on both edges. You don't want any like big bulges or get it all cockeyed. Okay, that looks good. There you go. And that is, yes. There we go. Got some jump stitches there to take care of before I hang it up and display it. What do you think? It's very pretty, isn't it? Like I said, I think this is a perfect size for a patch. And I think that you could easily do that in Design Center. Don't you think? And on the machine. I know the machine has that shield button on there, and I think that makes things patches. But I think this heart and the flag, and I think they all would make really cool patches. I'll take it off here and show ya. So the flag, not the pole, just the flag. Isn't that a pretty flag? That would make a really cool patch, and it's a nice size. Not too big, not too small. And then the heart, I just love the heart. This is the one I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try and make this patch. I think I can do it. Yes, they are very nice. And what I like about this design is that there's a lot of holidays that you can display this. You know, this weekend, Memorial Weekend, 4th of July, Flag Day, Labor Day. I mean, these would be great for all of those holidays. You know, can't say that about all of our... Oh, here we go, color change. Let's go back. What do we got here? What are we doing? We're doing the word bless. We're doing the words in white. It's plain old white. What a pretty bright white. Do you use the trimmer? Oh, yeah, the trimmer by George. Man, I'm telling you. I think I'll ask her today if she can order me some. I know she can. Just bite the bullet, right? Bite the bullet and get what you need. Whoops. Touched a button. Okay, we got our white. Oh, change our bobbin. Change our bobbin. Okay. Thread our needle. And off we go. Yes, if you, yeah. Oh, Cindy, if you figure it out, I would love to know. I'm going to try it too. And I'll write down the steps. If it works out and everything's wonderful, I'll write the steps down and put them on Facebook. But yeah, that class will probably, it tells you how to make a patch, so it would tell you how to use patch attach. Use patch attach and, you know, badge master and all that stuff. That's what I need to figure out, right? I should take that class too. Is that next week? I think I will. I think I will take that class. I have all of that stuff. I have patch attach and I have badge master. I have it all at the house. Because she did a patch class a year or so ago and I took that. Who remembers a year or so ago? Plus, it's always fun to hang out with Michelle. She has so much knowledge. Okay, I'm gonna try and get him one of those glasses. Yeah, Annette. I will talk to Janie and see if she may even have some. I don't know. But I'll talk to Janie. If she doesn't have them, I'll tell her to get some in. Cause yeah, I watch them use it and I'm like, wow. Why am I doing everything the hard way? I just need to do it. It is a nice to have. It's not a must have. It's a nice to have. But sometimes the nice to haves are nice to have. You know what I mean? It's open now. Oh.
Yes. Oh, yeah. It's gonna happen.
Somebody in there? Oh, okay. I couldn't tell with them talking. Thanks.
Yes, I will show you how to use it. I will. You know who uses it a lot and where I've seen it used the most is Becky on Power Tools with Thread. She uses that ruler a lot. And I'm always like, oh, I need to get that. So yes, I'm going to have her order me one, and on my next sew along when I have it, I'll, even if I don't have, I'll do a little demo. It's pretty cool. All right, now we're doing that. I'm doing the word that, and we're going to use our light blue, and we're going to, we got the white bobbin in, so we're going to leave that there, and it's going to do the word that. Okay. And off we go. So a week from today, I'll be back stitching the Lori Holt, the 5th house. It's the I think it's the flag house. Everything should be up on the website. The cutting instructions and all of that should be up on the A1 website under sew alongs. if you are stitching along with me. You don't watch Power Tools with Thread anymore? Oh. She doesn't do a lot of embroidery. I totally get it. Yeah, I get it. I get it. A lot of selling. Yeah, gotta make money, I guess. I usually watch the replay and then I'll get to where I want to watch. And if she's doing some, I guess on Thursday she does embroidery. But like a lot of them, they rarely get finished. I like it when they finish. That's just me. But yeah, I get it. She's gonna be doing that quilt, the Autumn Love. I would love to do that. But I don't do the scan and cut. She does the scan and cut. And I get it. All those little pieces. Yeah, it save a lot of wear and tear on your hand. Not having to cut all that stuff. That's another thing I need to get someday, is a scan and cut. But, I have a Solaris. So I thought, well, I'll get a scan and cut after I get a new machine. And when I get a new machine, I'll get a Luminaire. No, not a Luminaire anymore. I have an ear. But that's like a couple of years down the line, So, I don't know. What do you think? Think I should just get the scan and cut? I know I can use it to cut my pieces, even though I can't, my machine doesn't talk to it. I could just put on USB and do it all that way. I should just get it and just learn it. I should just get it. Okay. I'm dreaming about buying a scan and cut instead of changing my thread color. What are we doing next? We are doing we're doing the post. This is the only time we're going to use this gray. And this is called Glide Mercury. It's called Mercury. It's just a nice gray, and it's going to do the little flagpole. Okay. I still have my white bobbin in. I have to think about that every time now. Every time I change the color, I gotta think about my bobbin. Okay. Do that. And it's also going to do the outline for our white sparkle vinyl, our white glitter vinyl. So let's get that ready to go. This is a pretty white sparkle vinyl. And do the placement line for that. I know. I really, really want one. Gonna have to wait for like a major holiday, like a birthday or Christmas. Okay. Now I'm not cutting. I am. She gives you this big old piece in your kit, and I'm just going to lay it down and cut around it. You could measure it, see what kind of how big your piece needs to be, cut it, and do all of that. But to me, this is just easier. I think it saves on this, and sometimes you should save every little piece of these because sometimes you just need the teensy piece. So I just have a Ziploc bag at home. I throw all my little pieces in. And I'm always surprised at how often I reach for that bag of scrap of all my little shimmer vinyl. I just left the light blue in, or no, the graphite, the gray. I just left that in because it's light enough that the satin stitch, and it'll be gold. You won't see it through there. You wouldn't want to leave like black or red or a really dark color. You never know, that might show up. But if it's like a neutral or a nice light color, just leave it in. Okay. So what's it doing? Oh, it's did the placement line for the blue. So we're going to take our blue and we're going to cover the corner. Leaving that graphite in there. Okay. Okay. Now it's doing the red. Let's change our bobbin. Doing red stripes on the flag. Change our red, change our thread. Pretty wildflower. Time to start getting our tabs ready for this one. Okay. Let's go back on here and we'll start getting our tabs ready. Like that. My little ruler here. And again, I'm just winging this, so you'll want to be a little more accurate. But I'm just doing 2 by 2. Okay. Nice and flat. Let's get our steam a seam. Oh look, this has a little seam in it. I guess we're okay. I guess it doesn't matter. Okay. Using our steam a seam on both ends here. Let that cool. Let's cut another one. All right. Some steam seam on this one. Let's get the cool one. Now should be able to peel this and the glue will stay. We're going to press towards the middle, and I'm just, you know, you're going to want to be a little more accurate. I am just kind of winging it here. Okay. I'm kind of trapped in this little area, or I would go get a little cutting mat. Okay, we're going to fold that. That's how it's going to go on. Let's do this one. Center. Okay, and that's going to be folded in half. It's really hot. Okay, our tabs are done. Simple as that. There are our tabs ready for when we do our last step. Machine. Our pretty flags come together. Whoops. Off the camera a little bit there. Whoops. It's still in there. gonna take a guess and say blue is next. Dark blue. There we go. Yep, blue. We're going to do blue. And, you know, the directions, it's a lot of reading, and I'm not a big fan of that, so I just go by the little picture on the screen here of what's next. I mean, when I first did this, I had to read and figure out which step was next and what I needed to do, but after that, I just look at the screen. Blue, dark blue. We're going to do a little satin stitch around where on the flag. Around here. There we go. Oh, yeah, Wanda, the shipping is calculated by, you know, something on the website. It won't be that much, I guarantee you, and you'll get a refund. Yeah, they figure it out manually here because it's so skewed on the internet. Yeah, she'll adjust the shipping for sure. I know it's a shock, but it won't be that much. Probably be like $5 or $6. I don't know where you're at, but it's never that much. Okay, we're gonna do the stars now. And I didn't change my bobbin. I was naughty. Oh, it looks okay. Let's change it now. I think because it was a dark color, I got lucky there. You can't tell. I want to see. You can't tell. There's like one red. Go. I'm not liking. Gone now. Okay, we have our white bobbin in, and we're going to change to our white thread. You're in Tennessee? Oh, well, then Cindy probably knows how much the shipping would be, but the same for her. But yeah, well, it won't be that much at all. So, yeah. You can always, you know, call and ask and put your mind at ease. Because I get it. That's probably more than what you bought. Okay, we'll do our little stars. Yeah. Always gets adjusted. Getting this design and this fabric kit, Wanda? Thank you. Yay! Yay! Are you on our Facebook? A1 Reno Sew Along, I think it's called. When you make it, I'd love to see it. One more little star. And then I think it's gold. We're back to gold. We're going to do the satin stitch around the flag. Okay, we have the white bobbin in. That's what we want. Okay. And there we go. Okay, when this is done, we're going to put our back on. So let's get our tape ready and our two back pieces. We need one with the hem and one without. Get that ready. Our tabs are ready to go. My little ruler I used to place my tabs, I got that ready. Okay. over to the ironing station. Everything ready here. I'm going to get 2 pieces of tape out. Get them ready to go. Okay. Let's get my little, a bright light right here would be nice. So I'm lining it up with that basting stitch around the tack down. Okay. Lining it up with the side of this frame, and I'm going to put it on the 3/8. Okay. And I'm going to put down there. Get my next one. Again, I'm going to line it up with that basting stitch on this side of the frame. I'm going to put the folded part inside towards the design on the 3/8 line, and I'm going to tape. Okay, and you can always lift it up and look and say, yeah, that looks pretty good. It's a little crooked. Okay. Now we're going to put our one with the folded edge down first. They want it to be 1/4 of an inch below that basting stitch line there. That's about right. Leaving it up. It doesn't have to be perfect. They give you plenty of room for error. Of course, it's right side down. I don't know if I ever said that. Both of these are right side down. And I want it to overlap a good inch or so. So let's see. A bit. Okay, and then we're going to tape. I'm going to tape here and here. So our foot doesn't get caught for sure. I want to tape there. Then I'm going to put a little bit of tape in each corner just so it doesn't maybe get too baggy in the middle. A baggy middle. Okay. This corner here, that corner here. Okay, and I think we're good to go. Let's go back to the machine. Now I'm going to take out the gold. I've got the white in, which is fine. I'm going to put in the dark blue. But the white bottom is fine. There we go. And I'm going to take it slow around here. This one's a little more bulky than the last one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start it, let it go, and then I'm going to stop and hold it down and let it go over that tab. Let it go a little bit, stop. Hold it down. Let's get it over this tab. just to make sure nothing goes haywire. Once it's in the middle of the tab, you're good. And this does not go around twice, so you don't have to worry about that again. Pretty safe there. No. And another one done. Okay, I'm going to take my tweezers because I like to, they make it a lot easier to take this tape off, especially if it's been stitched on and you just have a little tiny bit underneath the stitches. The tweezers will just grab it. Of course, also, you know, I got the fake nails, so that makes it difficult. Let's get all of the tape off. Got some up here. And then we'll hoop up our last one. Oh, it's stuck. Get off me, Mr. Tape. There we go. Okay. All right, let's go over here to our pressing. And we're going to take this out. And we'll get our other one going. We'll set this aside real quick. And we'll get the next one going. Get our poly mesh cut away. Tighten it up, scrunch it in a little bit, not too much, so it's nice and taut, but you don't want it like tight as a drum. Okay, I like to cut off all of this excess. Just get it out of my way. All right, let's go back to the machine and load the new design number 3. Bring this camera over. Okay. Let's see. This camera. So we're done, and we're gonna say okay. And I'm gonna push the little house up here, get back to the main menu. Tells me it's going to cancel. I'm going to say, okay, that's fine. I'm going to hit embroidery. And we're going to go with number 3. And that's the one we want. We're going to embroider, and we're good. Okay. Sorry for the shakiness. That's one camera I kind of have to hold. All right, we have our blue end with our white bobbin. That's fine for this placement stitch. Let's do that. Let's do our placement stitch. Back to the ironing station. This out of the way right here. Okay. I'm done with this camera. I'm going to put it over here. Okay, there we go. All right. Now we take one of our fleece and our 5x9. Okay, we're gonna fleece here in the square with the bumpy side up. Remember, we're gonna adhere to this when we get it all situated. Okay, I'm gonna move it up, move it over. Okay. Let me look, see if we're still in the square. Looks pretty good there. Pretty good there. I can come down a little bit. Down a little bit more. Okay, we're still in the square. Like I said, some spray adhesive would make all the difference in this part here. I'm a little, can move it over just a little bit. See, now I'm just getting particular. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna call that good. Put my iron down on it, just set it there. Let it melt that glue. Pick it up, don't iron press. Okay, that's good. I'm going to go back to the machine. And we're going to do our basting stitch and our quilting. So make sure you have your color that you want for your quilting. Can't say that enough. Ask me why. Okay. All right. So let's work on the one we just finished here. Over here. Take off all of our stabilizer as much as we can. So here's a question. What's everyone's favorite Janine Babich 3-tier little display? Which one is your favorite? I think of all the ones that I've done, this is probably my favorite so far. But I haven't done the Valentine's one yet, which is gorgeous and my new favorite. So we're going to take another one of the fleece. This time we want the glue down. We're going to glue it to this back here. And it tells you in the directions, do not skip this part because it gives it a lot of body, it makes it hang nicer. Okay, so we kind of get it in that square. Take our iron and I'm just going to put it down. I'm not going to move it around. I'm just going to put it down. Let it sit for a few seconds. I'm going to pick it up and I'm going to put it down. Just get the corners as good as I can. Let it really melt that glue. Up here. Okay, now I'm gonna let it cool before I do anything with it. I'm just gonna let it cool and let that glue. If you start messing with it when the glue is still hot, it will lift up. Okay, and let's see. We're gonna do our gold little frame next. The white bobbin is fine. Oh, it didn't. There it goes. There it goes. Okay. Well, there. Okay. All right. Let's watch it for a second. Make sure it's not going to wig out. Yes, they will refund any overage on your shipping. Yeah, I'm very good about that. Probably be the same day, you know. They get right on that stuff. Okay, I think that's going to be okay. Let's work on our finished one here. Get her done. So that's nice and cool. That should be good. I'm going to get my pinking shears. And I'm going to go from this side because I want to follow this line. And I want to be about a scant quarter of an inch, a little less than a quarter of an inch away. And you don't have to use pinking shears. You can use your rotary cutter. Just kind of take the bulk out of those corners a little bit. Try not to cut your stitches, of course. Oof. It'd be time for some more pinking shears. Maybe I can oil them. I just don't want to open and close very well. There. Okay. So we got all that. Clean up our mess. Okay. Oh. See, I yanked on it and I pulled it up. Okay, it'll be okay. So I'm going to have some lifting here, but I'm just going to go for it, and it's going to be fine. That was my fault. But you'll see it lays flat once you get your hand in there and you smooth it out. It all lays flat. Get my little okay. Looks good. And that's number 2. Okay, so let's finish that. I'm going to iron it from the back. Remember, you have vinyl on the front, so if you're going to iron from the front, you gotta cover it. So I'm just going to iron this. I'm just going to kind of pull this one up a little bit. Okay, I'm going to use some steam-a-seam. And I'm going to close it up. Get up to this little edge here as much as I can. It's got a little sticky to it, so my scissors, which are behind me. There we go. Whoops. Up in there. See what I'm doing? Yeah. There we go. Make sure I'm not. As soon as you touch this, it will adhere. Okay. I'm going to let that cool for a second while we change our thread. Okay. What's next? Stars. So we're going to change our bobbin. Change our bobbin real quick. Okay. Change our thread to our pretty wildflower red.
But now,
And we'll get our stars going. There we go.
Isn't it cute?
It's adorable.
So the Minky kit, this is the same pattern as the
Oh,
Minky
let's
kit.
show it. Let's show it on this camera.
Here, you wanna see?
Let me see. Look at this. This is the new Minky Kim.
But this isn't the fabric. This is just Dana did this. I showed it after the live feed. But
Dana,
it's so
she's
cute.
so incredible.
That's so
Look
adorable.
at the foxes and the owls.
Yep.
I love it. Oh, look at the flowers. Did she do that on the scan and cut?
Yeah, scan and cut.
Of
So
course.
cute.
Oh my gosh.
How are we doing?
We're doing awesome.
Yay!
Yeah.
Was it nice having that bias binding tape already done? That's
Yes. Yes, it was. It's perfect. Yeah. That cute backpack. Oh my gosh. Now I have to make one. Actually, I'm halfway through one. I hope mine's as cute as that one. Great, Wanda. Yay. Love that backpack. Yes. Jeannie's outfit is... Everything Jeannie wears is cute because she's like a little Barbie doll. Jeannie looks cute and everything. Is the back... No, the backpack class is not paid. It's not a paid class, right? The backpack.
Oh yeah, they have to get the panel.
Well, you got to get the panel and everything.
Or,
to
I
do
mean,
it,
they
but-
could use their own fabrics, but there's
Yeah.
a panel, and it's going to be a sew-along.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a sew-along with
Free
Michelle.
class. Yep.
with Michelle. Yeah, it's adorable.
You should give them can you show them the pillow you're going to be working on?
Yeah. Oh,
Tell them that that's
yes.
your, and
Yes.
the table runner.
This is coming up. Let me show ya. The Riley Blake, America the Beautiful Pillows. I'm just now starting to get this ready to go. Aren't they cute? It's all machine embroidery. Except for, putting the squares together. But, that's just straight stitching, just like any other Kimberbell project, same thing. But yeah, look at the little rickrack and the binding. We're going to do that. They're so cute. I love everything about this. So this is coming up. This is going to be probably in July. Probably sometime in July. I'm getting it all ready and all the instructions together. So it's exciting. There's also a table runner. I don't have the picture of that table runner, but we'll be doing the table runner too. So that's something to look forward to. That's exciting. Yes, the Americana pillow. I love them. They're 18 by 18, so they're nice big pillows that, you can put in a chair on your couch. Oh, and the table runner on your coffee table. I can see it already. Yeah, Cindy, yeah, for sure. See if it's something you might want to take on. I don't think it's going to be too difficult. I think it's about, I don't know. I think you can do it in a 5x7 hoop. Yeah. So it's like a lot of hoopings, but if you put them together in a bigger hoop, it wouldn't be so many. But let's look. Let's just look real quick. Between the sashing, because you even do the little piecing borders in the hoop. Between that and the stars and everything, it is in a 5x7 hoop. I think it's about, where is it? It's 15 hoopings, but that's in a 5x7. If we use a bigger hoop, we can get more in the hoop and, not so many hoopings. But, some people, they just have a 5x7 or they want to use their 5x7 machine. Okay, we're doing America. That's in white. Let's change our bobbin. Changed our bobbin to white. We're going to change our thread to white. And I'll do the word America. Here we go. Yeah, I'm going to take the backpack class. I'm so excited about that. You have a 9.5 by 14 hoop. Yeah, so yeah, we could probably get 4 of those blocks in there and do it in the fourth. I don't know. Do it in 4 hoopings. There are 2 pillows. They're kind of the same squares. Oh. Let's do this. They're kind of the same squares, but just in a different configuration. A little bit different color, I think. So I took the paper off and I have the glue there, and I'm just going to close this up. Now when we close this up, we want to make sure we're kind of smooth back here and we're looking good. Just hold it there for a second. And And we're all closed up. No hand sewing. And that one's all done. So now we have two. We have two now. Let's go back to the machine. Yes, these are. These mats that I'm ironing on, they are. I'll show you. Well, let's go back here. Yeah, see they have these little tabs here? And they're silicone, so they don't melt or anything. Not sure how they work. I think these come out. Oh, do they come out? Oh, they swing like this maybe? And I don't know. This one has 4 of them on there. I'm not sure how these work. But maybe they swing around and they connect like this, maybe. And then you would put it in this hole here, like if there wasn't here. Pull this one out. This one would go. And we would put it like that maybe? Is that how they go? That's holding it. Yeah, and then this one would come around this way. Push it in there, and then they are pretty together. It's pretty together, and I guess you could make them like really big. Is that how they work? Pretty sure that's how they work. And I'm doubling up because I have a plastic table underneath me here, and I don't want to warp the table. Was there one here? I don't know. I don't want to warp the table. So we're doubling up here. That's why we're doubling up. But yeah, these would be perfect like for taking to a class, or you know, because you could really spread out once you get there, but you're not carrying a big old awkward mat. Very convenient. Yeah, I know, right? There's so much out there. So much out there. What brand are they? I think that it says Aliso. So they're like, oh, let me show you. I'm on the wrong camera. Aliso, like the iron. I don't know if you can see that. Well, I can just take it out, right? I don't need to bring the whole mat up. But you can see it says Aliso on there, like the iron. I know she carries these here. I know she does. Oh, yeah, they're nifty. Nifty little things. Put that on your wish list, yes. Yeah. Next birthday or Christmas. long wish list too. Okay, what's next? Our light blue, we're going to do the words I love and a placement for our heart. And we've got the white bobbin in, we're good. And we're using our light blue. Okay. And we're good to go. Well, this is so much fun hanging out with you guys. I like that she includes the background quilting too. Yes. I like all of her stuff. Pretty soon my whole house is just going to be like one big quilt. Quilted everything. I have, you know, table toppers and wall hangings and you know, throws over my couch and oh my gosh, yeah. And it's not enough. I like to change everything out. I don't know if you guys watch Pat Sloan. But she like redoes her house for every season, and that's what I want to do. I want to do that. Like for every season and every holiday, she has like all of these quilts. Of course, she's been quilting for a bazillion years, so she has, you know, mountains of them. I have two, but I'll get there. It is a big bonus. It is. Because it's just so finished when you're all done. It just really makes it. Makes it look really complete and finished. I love it. So I really want to do that Spring is in the Air. Has anybody done that? Has anybody done that yet? I want to do that. With the 3D flowers. It's so pretty. And the material that they have here in the kits. Oh my god. I want bolts of it. It's just so beautiful. I agree. I agree. It can push you over the top when you get material and you know, all that, everything you need to make a project, and then I need the background quilting. But you know, sometimes You can use the background quilting that's on your machine. You waiting on your kid for the Spring is in the Air? Oh, how exciting. Oh, rat's nest, darn it. Darn it. Okay, it's going to do the placement stitch for our heart. We need our white glitter. And I'm just going to leave this color in because it's light enough. So I'm not going to change color if I don't have to. Okay. I'm going to cover the heart just so I can do the tack down. It's going to do the placement line for the blue. I just love this heart. I just think it's so cute. I really want to make this a patch. This is the one I want. I want to make a patch. I want to put it on a pair of jeans or something. Right on the pocket, you know? Boring pair of jeans you have. Just put it right on the back pocket. I think that would be so cute. Okay. Now we're going to lay down the blue. Let's find our blue glitter. Whoops. I'm going to leave that same color in. I keep bumping that chair. I'm sorry. Okay. Got my blue glitter. Right there. Leaving the same color in. Just don't want it to shift. Once it gets a few stitches in. I missed, but I think the it's a big thud. Yeah, I didn't cut it. I think the satin stitch will cover that up, but yeah, I missed a little bit. Well, maybe it won't. Do it again. I could just do it again. Yeah, let me, here we go. Here we go now. You know, it's not a sew along with me until I get the seam ripper out. I'm just going to take the blue off here. Not a big deal. Well, it cut it more than it. Okay, here we go. Nobody will ever know. Don't tell anybody. Come out from this way. now. Come on now. Here we go. Yeah. What it did was it just kind of cut the, which is fine, because that'll be covered. There. There. How to fix an oops. Kind of. Okay, so I'm going to go back to that tack down stitch. And I'm going to do it again. And I'm going to really cover it this time. I'm going to mess around. Okay. Just, yeah, real life. This is it. This is it. See, that didn't take long. That's what I love about embroidery. You can pretty much fix anything. Let's see, moment of truth. Are we going to be able to tell what happened? Or is our secret safe? I think our secret's pretty safe. Haha! Look at that. Nobody will ever know. It's always on the last one, you know? There we go. Okay. Now we're doing the red stripes, so I gotta change my bobbin. Why? Change my bobbin. Change it to red, red. A pretty wildflower. I must have got that in a thread kit of some sort, because I don't buy glide just individually. I sure like that color though. Sure like that red. Okay, red bobbin, red thread, and we're off. There we go. Look, not love. Yeah. They would look great on a jean jacket. If they had, especially if they had a pocket on the front, you know, a little heart patch. Oh my gosh, for the 4th of July, that would be perfect. You mean getting the seam ripper out as part of it? I agree. I agree. It happens at least once, right? But yeah, it just, nobody will ever know. All caught up. Yay, Wanda. Yay, Wanda. You go. This patch would also be really cute on like a denim or something ball cap. That would look cute. We're almost done. Can you believe that? We need to make our hangers, huh? Our little ribbons for this one. We don't have them made yet. There we go. Let's make them. Oops. A little ruler. Oh. 2 inches. Go by 2 inches. 2 by 2. Okay, there's one. Oh. Blue, we need blue. We're going to do our dark blue. Change our bobbin. Well, that bobbin lasted for this whole, I wasn't sure if it would. But it sure enough did. So you folks from Tennessee, you know, when I read your comments, I give it a little southern draw in my head. And I read somewhere that the southern accent is going away. Is that true? Is that true? Are the generations not picking up? My family family's from Arkansas, and I had aunts and uncles that had a draw. They had a southern draw. But I read it was going away, and that kind of made me sad. I hope that's not the case. Do you think that's the case? Okay, white bobbin, blue thread. We're ready to go. Okay, let's go back to making our hangers. Get our steam seam out. Okay, we're good to go. Do they have a southern accent? Yeah, but I hear that the new generations, you know, the younger kids coming up, that they're not picking up the drawl. They're not picking up the accent. And it must be, you know, because everything's online, and I know, me too. I hope that's not the case. I know. Yes. I miss it too. I miss it too. You know, most of my aunts and uncles are gone now. And you know, they grew up in Arkansas, so they had it. It was adorable. What am I doing this for, do you think? Am I doing red? No, I'm doing white. I don't want to change that. I want to change the white thread. There we go. Yeah, yeah. So they're saying that kids today, you know, kids today, they're not, yeah, they really have that accent. Yeah. Okay, we're doing the stars. Yeah, I hope that's not the case either, because, you know, oh, good Lord. Go. Because that would just be sad. That would make me sad. But, you know, it kind of makes sense, right? Because they're so influenced. These kids are so influenced by the internet and you know, all the things that go along with that. And, you know, they just don't hear it as much, maybe. I don't know. It's something I read. Of course, you know, if it's on the internet, it's true. No, I doubt it. Okay, so let's go back over here. Okay. So on each end, we're going to put one of these. Let's get it hot. Stick down there. Okay. All right. Now we're going to fold it towards the center. Okay, let's do this one. Now remember, I'm just winging it on these. You might want to be more precise. They could be prettier than what I'm doing. But they're not bad, if I do say so myself. It's so true, Cindy. Nobody wants to talk. I remember my daughter was a teenager, and you know, she's almost 40 now. She was a teenager, and she had her phone, and she kept picking it up, typing something, and putting it down. We were at dinner. She kept picking up her phone, typing something, and putting it down. And she would pick it up, type something. I'm like, who are you talking to? And she's like, my friend. And I'm like, why don't you just call her? And she's like, well, I don't. And then you have to get into all the niceties and all the chit chat. She goes, I just want to say what I want to say. I'm like, okay. But yeah, nobody wants to talk. Well, let's put Joe here. Staring at nothing, right? Sorry about that. Yeah, yeah. The tabs are nice. I like them because you can match them. You don't have to worry about going finding some ribbon or, you know, and you just, you know, you have that much scrap when you make these. So why not use it up, of course. And they're a little wider than a ribbon, so I think they hang a little nicer. I don't know. A little easier to put on. I believe that, Cindy. I believe that. Yeah, why get up and walk somewhere and, you know, why do that? Okay, gold. We're going to do gold. So our white bobbin is fine. And we're going to do our gold satin stitch around our beautiful heart. I believe it. I believe it. We'll probably be in the same room and text something to each other. It's a different world, I'll tell you that. It's a different world. We are almost done with all three. Ready for the holiday. Alright. I think we are ready to put in our tabs and our back. Let's go over here. There we go. Dropped my seam ripper. There we go. Okay, let's okay, you can see what I'm doing. So get my little handy dandy ruler here, put my glasses on. Okay, so I'm going to line it up with that top stitch up here. Line it with the side. Oh, I got my tape ready. Gotta get my tape ready. Okay, my tape is ready. Okay, line that up there. All our little tabs. The fold goes in towards the design. We're lined up at the top here and at the edge of our frame, and we're going down to the 3/8 line, and we're going to tape. Try to tape our finger. There we go. Same over here. Line it up with the top, side of the frame, and go to the 3/8. Okay. And you can make your tabs as long or as short as you want, as long as they are the same. Of course, I'm sure you all knew that. Okay. Now our two back pieces that we have left. The one with the fold, right side down, 1/4 of an inch from the bottom. I just kind of fold it up. That looks about like 1/4 of an inch. Okay. Right side down here. We're going to overlap about an inch or so. Put some tape on this. Okay. Do the corners. Just so it stays put. Stay put. Okay. All right. Let's go back to the machine, do our last stitch. All right, let's bring it over there. Now again, I'm going to watch this tab here, so I'm going to start it and stop. Oh, I'm in gold. Let's not do gold. Let's not waste our gold. that. Let's do our dark blue. Dark blue, dark blue. Alright, I'll go ahead and move it up one just so it starts, ties a little knot. Now I'm going to start it and stop it right away. As soon as it turns that corner, I don't want it to. And I'm going to hold it down and do it stitch by stitch. Okay, I'm going to let it go and stop. And I'm going to do it stitch by stitch. Once it gets on the tab, I feel safe. Let it go. Okay. Launch it here. Good. Oh, don't miss T-ball. That sounds like fun. I love watching little kids play sports. Have fun, Rebecca. Thanks for joining us. Okay, I gotta get my tweezers. Take all of my tape off of here. All right, that's all of our tape. Let's go over to the ironing station here. Take it out. All done with that. Let's get rid of this stabilizer. Okay, heat up your iron. So we're going to put our last piece of fleece on here. I'm going to do the bumpy side down because we want to adhere it to the back of this. Smooth side up. Okay. And hold it down. Don't move it around. Try and get the corners. Okay. Let's let it cool a little bit. Gotta let it cool. I hope you all make one of these. Put it on Facebook. I love seeing when you guys make all these beautiful things. Yeah. Just make sure it's pretty cool. You don't want it lifting too much. Let's get our oh, it's right here. All right. I think that's cool enough. Oh, let's do our pinking shears. Scant 1/4 inch. And you know, if you get the kit from here, you have enough to make 2. And like, if you used a different background, even if you made the 2 with the background, you get, if you had a different background, you'd have enough of everything else, of the glitter stuff for sure. Now I don't have a lot of room on this side. I cut it kind of close there, but I still want to get a little pinked edge on there, just so it doesn't come all unraveled in the years. You know, I picture everything I make is, you know, in my great grandchildren's home. Am I fooling myself? Probably. You never know. I want it to last. You're following along, Tammy. Yay. Okay, we're going to turn this out. Do you guys think about that? Like your beautiful makings in the house 100 years from now. They used to sew on sewing machines. I don't know. Look, this was all made by hand. Who does that? Think about that 100 years from now. They used to have to drive their own car. It's crazy to think about that stuff. Okay, we'll give it a little iron. Remember, don't iron the front. It's so tempting to just flip it over and stick that iron on there. Got to think about it. Got your vinyl there. And you're going to want to go through and take all your little jump stitches out of here. And then, of course, our last little step here is our steam-a-seam. Oh. One more time. My scissors are never where I need them. Here they are. Okay. Just give that a little heat. Stick it down. We'll let that cool. I know. I know. I see him just with, after I'm gone, I see him with a big round trash bag. Just throw it all in there. Give it to charity. It is fun to sew with people. I do. I enjoy this myself. I really do. I am very grateful that I am able to do this. See, this is what happens when you pull this too soon. You gotta let it cool, or the glue comes up with it, but it will still stick. Just don't want it to show. Okay, give that some heat. And voila! We are done with all of it. Can you believe it? Oh, what am I doing here? Where's my other one? Oh, they're over here. I put them over here. Here they are. Here's the ones we made today. Look at that. that? Isn't that beautiful? Pat yourself on the back. You did it. Oh, that's for sure. That's for sure. The mending, yeah. Yeah, everything else in their mind's a big waste of time, right? It is pretty. Thank you guys for being with me today. I so appreciate you guys hanging out and sewing with me and chatting. So much fun. You guys are awesome. Thanks for hanging with me this long. Oh, thanks, NorCal. I appreciate that. I really appreciate that. You guys are awesome. Don't forget the thumbs up button. And yes, enjoy your, yes, remember our veterans. Remember our fallen heroes, you know. That's what this is about. That's why we have to be grateful and enjoy it. And be with our families. Cook a big steak on the grill. You guys have a wonderful weekend. Thanks again for being with me. I'm gonna try and figure out how I stop this. It may take me a moment. Do you think it's this one? No. Ah, I see a big red button that says end stream. You're welcome, Cindy. Thanks for joining me again. I just love that you guys hang out with me. And next week, a week from today, I'll be doing the Lori Holt. If just come and hang out again. You don't have to be doing the project. It's just fun to hang out. So a week from today, next Friday. Have a great weekend, everybody. Take care. Be safe.